Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I haven't done a cooking video in a minute. It is glorious here. It is 60-ish degrees. We got down to 50-ish degrees last night with rain overnight, about half an inch. And I'm just taking advantage. I can't even remember the last time we had this cool of weather in June. We haven't had our air conditioner on in over 10 days at this point. So I am definitely taking advantage of doing some of the colder weather recipes that I usually don't do because I don't turn on the oven or the stove. If you've watched my videos before, if the air conditioning's on, I'm not turning on the oven. There's just no way. That's just battling each other. So today I'm going to show you how to pit cherries. 75% of the cherries that are consumed in the United States are grown in northern Michigan. As a reminder, I live in southern Michigan, and our first crop of cherries are in. So this is the second bunch of cherries that I've purchased. Not gonna lie, cherries are my favorite fruit, and I enjoy them immensely. They do have to be pitted though. So that is an activity that is not for the faint of heart. Obviously, cherry stem needs to be taken off. And there's three ways to pit a cherry, in my opinion. This is a cherry pitter, available for about $5 or $6. If you live in Michigan, you probably have one. A paper clip, just a regular paper clip, or of course you can use a knife. So obviously a knife is the easiest way, and you just run it around the perimeter of the cherry, and you kind of have to dig and pull the pit out. Okay. Fair warning, if you don't wear gloves, your hands are going to be stained for a couple of days. I don't prefer to wear gloves, so that's just something I deal with. The second, the cherries have been washed. I should point that out. Is to use a pitter. You open it up at this end. It's this kind of contraption thing here. I would not necessarily recommend that for small children. You're going to put the cherry in this space. You're going to push this down. It's going to take some force, and ideally the pit comes through the other end. Please note that that has not happened, so you're still going to have to go in and pull the pit out. Please make sure you get the pit out of every cherry. You will crack a tooth in a heartbeat on cherry pits. So again, yeah, see, they're hard. And again, that one went in half, but it did not take the pit out. It's not an exact science. It's cherries. I think if you eat cherries, it's like for the love of it's part of the thing. So then you can use a paper clip now. This I think is more child friendly. You open up the paper clip into an S shape, and you can put it through either the top or the bottom. I don't prefer to do it this way, but it opens up the cherry, and you can pop out the pit that way. I just wanted to show you the paperclip idea because I think that's a little easier if you have kids that want to help. The counter's going to get messy. Shirts are going to get messy. So just kind of keep that in mind if you have aprons or paint shirts or something like that. I store my pitted cherries that I'm going to eat fresh in a mason jar. You know, that's my thing. They'll last in a mason jar for probably a week. The other thing about fresh cherries is that you can pit them and put them in a Ziploc freezer bag, and they will store in the freezer for up to a year. You could use them for canning fruit, like pie filling and things like that, if that's your thing. But right now when they're in season, they're locally $2.99 a pound versus off season, which can get up to $7.99 a pound. So I'll be doing a couple of different batches of cherries so that I have some during the rest of the summer months. I hope you guys are having a great day and checking out what local produce you have coming in season to help offset the grocery budget. Have a good day, everyone.